What is up, mortals? It is Melissa here with a new video for you. In this video, we'll dive into part 3 of the Yusuke Urameshi deep dive from the Yu Yu Hakusho anime. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So let's get started. Case 6 continued. Once Yusuke and team made it into the cave where Sensui was opening the portal to the demon world, the team is almost immediately welcomed by one of Sensui's 7, Tsukihito Amanuma, also known as Game Master. Game Master was 11 years old when he came against Yusuke and team. He expanded his territory and challenged the group to his favorite game, Goblin City. During this trial, the team must beat 3 levels of enemies before challenging the Goblin King, Amanuma himself. Seaman beats the tennis game, Genkai wins the helicopter battle game, and Yusuke wins the King of the Hill game, allowing Team Urameshi to face Amanuma in the final match. Kaido, who was also a fan of the Goblin City, volunteered for the next game as he had memorized the questions to Battle Quiz. During the start of the match, Kaido gets the first 5 questions before all the options are shown. On the next question, Amanuma immediately answers the question before it was even asked. He reveals to Kaido that the game only has so many different variations of questions, and once he knew the first 5 questions, he would know the rest without even needing to hear the questions. With this said, Amanuma goes on to answer the remainder of the questions without another word being spoken in the game. Next up was Kurama, where he had understood the rules of the game. In Goblin City, the player never dies. If they fail to defeat the Goblin King, their options are to quit or to continue playing. However, if the Goblin King loses, he does die. Kurama knows that Sensui placed Game Master here to slow down the team as they have qualms about killing, and therefore would be hesitant to defeat Amanuma. When Kurama tells the group and Game Master this, it shakes Amanuma. He believed that Sensui cared about him like a friend, and couldn't believe he would be using him like this. Shaken by the realization, Kurama was given the opportunity to defeat Game Master. As soon as the game is over, Amanuma falls dead over the console, allowing the team to continue deeper into the cave. At the underground lake, the team comes across Gomei, Itsuki, and Shinobu Sensui himself. Shinobu is sitting on a couch watching the chapter Black Tape, and Itsuki is sitting in the middle of the lake with Kuwabara tied up in a boat before the widening portal to Demon World. Gomei was standing behind Sensui, taking in the tape, but turns to address the team as they enter in, telling them who he was and that yes, they were at the entrance to the portal without them ever asking. Gomei goes on to answer the question they were only thinking. He can read thoughts, just like Morota, because he had eaten him and taken his power for his own. Kurama steps forward to fight Gomei and quickly beheads him with his rose whip. As Gomei stands there headless, the team hears a familiar laugh coming from the space where the head used to be. Quickly regenerating from the flesh of Gomei, Elder Toguro stands before them again, revealing he didn't die when his brother kicked him. He was found by Shinobu and team, where he had Gomei eat him to gain his regenerative qualities. It turned out for Gomei that Togoro's will was stronger than his own, and he quickly took over the body, lying in wait to be released and free once again. After a short time, Kurama reveals he recognized the scent of Toguro and unleashed a demon plant known as the Sinning Tree. Normally, it would sap the life force of its opponents, but due to the potency of Togoro's regeneration abilities, he is left alive permanently in the state of pain and anguish trapped in the tree. The moment of their victory, Shinobu tells Itsuki to call forth his pets, and an extra-dimensional beast takes Kuwabara from the boat to the shore. When the team was there trying to free Kuwabara from his bonds, Itsuki's beast swallows the team, leaving them all in an extra-dimensional space while it spits out Yusuke so he can fight Sensui one-on-one. During the fight, Sensui reveals that he is not Sensui, but goes by Minoru, and is one of the 7 personalities of Sensui. He was the one who convinced the others to join Shinobu's cause and fight against the humans who did not deserve to live, based on the level of depravity he had witnessed during his time as spirit detective. Shinobu had seen the deepest pits of human depravity when he had infiltrated the Black Club in his youth. The Feast of Human Vices was being held when he broke in, and it was at this moment that Sensui saw humans as what is wrong with the world, and not the demons he was there to kill. Yusuke and Minoru fight trading blows regularly, but eventually Yusuke gets the upper hand on him, and in this moment, Minoru is shifted away, and Yusuke meets up with Kazuya. His hand turns into a gun, and the foul-mouthed man stands before Yusuke and relentlessly starts beating on him. After a short fight, Koenma shows up before Kazuya can kill Yusuke and threatens to seal him with his Mafukan. After a short rest, Yusuke once again manages to get an upper hand against Kazuya, where Shinobu finally shows himself to the spirit detective. When Shinobu took over, he was immediately on the upper hand against Yusuke, able to break his arm and shake his hand without Yusuke even able to respond. When Yusuke attempts to fight back, Shinobu shows Yusuke his sacred energy, making him immune to all of Yusuke's attacks, and even the sealing power of the Mafuken were unable to slow him. After landing a hit on Shinobu, demanding that if Shinobu was to kill him, he better do it with a flash, Shinobu then impales Yusuke with a finger, killing him. This pushes his friends to their breaking points. Kuwabara uses his dimensional sword to break free from Itsuki's shadow demon, and Hiei and Kurama, both powered up by Yusuke's death to A-rank demons, attack Sensui, who flees into the now completed barrier. Sensui, being a human, was able to pass through the barrier between demon and human world without issue, but the Kekai barrier was holding strong and would not allow Hiei and Kurama to pass through, so Kuwabara uses his sword again to cut the barrier, allowing free access to the demon realm. Yusuke, while dying, heard a voice calling to him, telling him to awaken and fight. His battle was not yet over. Infused with demon energy, Yusuke jumps on Pyu and flies to Demon World to confront Shinobu once again. Hiei and Kurama both demand to Yusuke to let them fight Shinobu in his place, but he refuses and unleashes a major spirit gun at Shinobu. The blast harmlessly passes Shinobu, but due to the amount of demon energy in the blast, it would have killed him had it hit home. Shinobu and Yusuke continue their fight, eventually being on equal footing. After the fight stalemates for a time, Yusuke awakens to his demon form known as Mazoku. This allows his demon ancestor to take control of his body, greatly increasing Yusuke's abilities, and fired a spirit gun blast at Shinobu again, but one that he was unable to dodge. The blast hits home as Yusuke regains control over his body, urging Shinobu to dodge the blast, but Shinobu takes the blast, allowing it to kill him. Honey is a free browser add-on available on Google, Opera, Firefox, Safari. If it's a browser, it has Honey. Honey automatically saves you money when you check out on sites like Amazon, Papa John's, Kohl's. Wherever you shop, it's a good chance that Honey can save you money. All you have to do when you're checking out at these major sites is click that little orange button, and it will scan the entire internet and find discount codes for you. If there is a coupon code, they will find it. And if there's not a coupon code, you can rest assured that you're getting the best price possible, and there literally is not one available on the internet. If you install Honey right now, you can save like $50 to $100 on your shopping, doing nothing. There's literally no reason not to install Honey. It takes 2 clicks. 10 million people use it, 100,000 5-star reviews. Unless you hate money, you should install Honey. Case 7, Demon World. Upset and depressed at the finalities of Sensui, Yusuke goes to visit Genkai to ask her advice on what to do. She recommends to Yusuke that he visits the original spirit detective of Earth, Kuroko Sato, to see what she may know of his ancestor. While meeting with Sato, 3 messengers from Demon World show up and inform Yusuke they have the answers he wants. His ancestral father, Reizen, is the one who took over his body and is currently close to death from starvation, and they will take Yusuke back to meet with him, whether he wants to or not. Yusuke goes to Demon World, but before he leaves, he meets up with Keiko and proposes to her, asking her to marry him when he gets back from his trip to Demon World in 3 years. She agrees after Yusuke tells her he is serious this time and that he will be back for her. When he leaves for Demon World, he trains under Reizen and his advisors, preparing for Reizen's death and the war that was to follow. When he does, Reizen leaves his kingdom to Yusuke, who said he was not prepared to rule over Reizen's domain. To avoid the war the other demon kings would wage to gain control over Reizen's part of Demon World, Yusuke suggests that they host a tournament. The tournament would determine the ruler of Demon World, and the kings and their subjects all enlisted to fight in the tournament. Yusuke easily passes the preliminaries and his first 2 rounds. In his 3rd round, Yusuke is pitted against the demon king Yomi. While fighting against Yomi, Yusuke realizes that somewhere along the way of his career, Yusuke lost his reason for fighting. He used to fight for the safety of the human world, but now he was just fighting to fight. In his malaise, he felt that he was just waiting for someone to come along and defeat him. But he has a memory of Reizen, who reminds him his fight is not just for himself, but for his loved ones as well. Renewed, Yusuke goes all out against Yomi, and would have tied the fight if not for Yomi receiving a shout, keeping him on his feet long enough for Yusuke to be deemed as a loser. Knocked out for the remainder of the tournament, Yusuke comes to and finds out that one of Reizen's friends, Enkai, ended up winning the tournament and was crowned King of Demon World. His first decree as king was that no harm from Demon World would come to the human world, which allows Koenma to take down the Kekai barrier between worlds, allowing demons like Heiai and Kurama to pass freely to see their friends. After the tournament, Yusuke goes back to the human world, and on the 3-year anniversary of Yusuke leaving, Keiko is about to give up waiting on Yusuke when he reappears, and they embrace tightly, sealing their engagement. Powers. Yusuke has several abilities in his repertoire, and utilizes them in many ways to take down his enemies. His most used ability is his spirit gun. Yusuke focuses his spirit energy onto a point in his index finger, and then he unleashes the energy, firing it like a gun at his enemies. His next ability is his shotgun. The shotgun focuses his energy into his palm and sprays a wide area with spirit gun shots. When he undergoes his training with Genkai, Yusuke learns her signature ability, the Spirit Wave. For this ability, Yusuke focuses his energy and unleashes a huge attack at Jin in the Dark Tournament, knocking him out. After he masters the technique, he tried to use it against Shinobu, but is knocked far enough away for the attack to not hit. It did, however, allow Yusuke to heal quickly due to the ability utilizing a ton of spiritual power for regeneration and other offensive abilities. Mizoku Transformation. The transformation allowed Yusuke to be possessed by his ancestor Reizen, and it also unlocked Yusuke the ability to tap into demon energy powerful enough to even take down Sensui's powerful sacred energy. Throughout the series, Yusuke starts with spirit energy and abilities equal to a low D-ranked demon. Through his training and his trials in Mei's Castle, Yusuke's power raised to a high C rank. After going against the Black Club and his training with Genkai, Yusuke raises to a low B rank. But after absorbing the Spirit Wave Orb from Genkai and unleashing his spirit shackles, Yusuke is pushed up to a low A rank. After his Mizoku transformation, Yusuke is a high A-rank demon, and after training for the year with the Reizen, Yusuke was pushed into an upper S tier. I hope this gives a little more insight into the powers and abilities of our protagonist Yusuke Urameshi, as well as his role throughout the series. Now, we have a lot more to come in our series as we want to explore Yusuke's friends and enemies to get a deeper understanding of them as well. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials has got you covered. Our We the Celestials, My Hero Academia, and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend you an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being that we only accept members from 16 years and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interests by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and have a great day.